I don't know if I'm even going to do an intro or not for this.
Straight into the content.
And then I'll just find some entry point and really start like that. Congrats, Robin, on clean sweep, man. Knockout round. Next time don't need to watch World Cup, really. Just ask you what's going to happen.
I'm the octopus now, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the spirit of the predictions correct. That there will be surprises. We just predicted the wrong surprises.
Yeah, I also support the wrong African team.
Yeah, I think especially our dark horse picks were particularly bad.
Yeah.
Is it all out already?
I think all out already. Manjun went for Serbia.
No, mine was Denmark, I think, wasn't it?
Oh,
Disaster.
Denmark and Serbia were both out. La. Yeah, England went for Uruguay, also out.
Yeah.
Better than Cameroon, man.
Yeah, Robin also went for at least Cameroon got a win, what? Yeah. I went for Senegal, they're out also. So
Okay, at least he made it here.
It's the only team, man. Only team that made it out.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
sad.
that's hardly dark horse. I think right now we can only say, I mean, looking at the final 8, I think you can only say the dark horse is Morocco only. So
Yeah, lor.
yeah, none of us predicted Morocco get out of the group. So that's the quality of punditry we have on this channel.
I mean, I will assume nobody guessed Morocco gonna make it
That's
through.
true. Yeah.
But actually, I see the team like not bad. Quite a lot of recognizable players.
In fact, if you want to talk about that group, like Group F, was it? Yeah. All of us predicted some sort of combination of teams coming out of that group, except Morocco to get out of that group. Yeah, because Robin went for, don't know if he wants a reminder, but he went for Belgium and Canada.
Oh my god, Canada is
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like most of us probably guessed Belgium and one other
Belgium,
random.
Croatia. La. Yeah.
Belgium, Croatia. No, I thought they suck.
I mean, it is not our fault. La. I mean, nothing is our fault. But
Yeah,
it's
Morocco top the group some more, right?
Yeah,
No, second one, huh? The top group, Top group. Oh, Japan top group was amazing. Yeah, Japan top group also.
Yeah,
I mean, that one, okay, to be fair, that one, I think nobody would have gotten it. So I think excusable. We all went for some form of Spain or Germany.
Hey, your top scorer guesses all still alive?
No,
I
think
still guess Mbappe. Got Mbappe.
No, nobody guessed Mbappe. La.
Why? Why is so?
No, because we believe the curse of the the title defenders. Yeah, none of us thought that France would even make. I think Robin and England did at least predict France to reach the quarters.
France finals, yeah, for me.
Oh, okay, yeah, for Robin it was finals, huh?
Yeah.
But I was hoping the Messi but then they
also Messi
fucking Saudi.
Technically, Messi still got chance to be golden boot.
That's true.
Still has a decent chance
actually. Yeah,
just got a hat-trick against Netherlands.
Yeah. Who was my golden boot? Neymar. Only one goal so far.
Oh, injured, hello.
Yeah. Is it England was making fun of Richarlison? What happened?
Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, in the end, he became Ronaldo. I don't know what happened.
I know Manjun's golden boot shout is the only one that's out.
Oh, so sad. Who? Mitrovic? Yeah, I got them lah. Okay, at least got 2 goals.
At least he's got 2. Like that. Okay, technically he's closer to the golden boot than my golden boot shout. So
for now, yeah. Who's gonna buy the Portugal striker already?
Yeah, that's true. This is like they're scouting. Yeah.
But Goncalo Ramos.
Yeah.
Was he pronounced Gonzalo?
Actually, sadly, we should have asked breakout star, but I don't think any of us will have like any clue on how to guess breakout star. But I think Goncalo Ramos can say breakout star hat trick.
I thought the breakout star was the Korean dude.
No lah, the one breakout star only for Instagram followers.
That's correct. The IG breakout star. Okay. Okay, technically still breakout. He also got 2-3 goals.
Cho Gae-sung, I think.
Cho Gae-sung, sorry. My Korean very bad.
I guess maybe you have to ask Manjun, like there are still 4 unbeaten sides left in the World Cup. Like are any of these 4 like the most impressive? I mean the 4
Which 4? I mean besides Morocco,
France
and France. No, not France. Cannot
England.
be.
France beaten me? England.
No. It's Netherlands, Croatia, England, and Morocco.
Ooh.
France got beaten by Tunisia.
Yes, France got beaten by Tunisia.
Oh yeah, last game.
Yeah,
but it didn't count for anything.
Yeah.
Come on, say England is the most impressive team.
I guess Morocco, but I don't know. As in, to me, I still find quite surprised that they can have they haven't considered a legit goal in the whole World Cup yet.
Okay.
And somehow they play legit competition.
You can't lose if you don't concede.
You can't lose if you don't concede. You guys go to penalties and think the Yassin Bono will help you win the penalties. So that's how you do it.
That's true. They didn't even concede in the penalties.
Because he's so freaking tall, guys. That's why. Compared to the like what's the Spain's keeper's name? Unai Simon. Wow, he looks like a baby. Bono's so tall.
Even most impressive so far.
Oh, I actually gonna go for England. I think it's the most like defying our expectations team. Because for France and Brazil, even though they've been impressive, we sort of expected it. Like judging from their squad. But like England, they're coming into it, they were in very good form. Right? I think like the friendlies before that they didn't do very well. And then we were expecting them to crash out, but they scored like quite a few goals. Kept quite a few clean sheets, remained unbeaten, and then won quite convincingly in a few of the games. So quite surprising for me.
I guess maybe have to ask everyone before we get to each of the individual quarterfinal legs. We can start with England. You said England you've been most impressed by England so far. But England your tip to win the World Cup?
Cannot. Because my prediction is Argentina, so I have to stick with Argentina, even though they haven't. Okay. I think they are like probably the second worst team here, other than Croatia.
Is it?
Which team? England?
Argentina.
Oh.
Yeah.
Second worst team in what way?
In terms of like how they play and like the goals they score and like who they lose to, like everything taken into consideration. Like the first game they lost to Saudi Arabia, and then the other games they also a bit sensational. Like never really got going, Even the teams, like even the games that they win, like against Australia, it was 2-1. It's like nothing impressive. It's like sort of a scrappy win. So, so it feels like they are like either the bottom, confirm the bottom few, if not the bottom, in the current batch now in the quarterfinals.
Interesting. Robin, still sticking with Brazil?
Yeah, I think so for sure. Quite confidently sticking with Brazil as eventual winners.
There's a growing narrative now that some people are starting to subscribe to that it might be a Argentina-Portugal final. The whole Messi, Ronaldo dynamic kind of thing. I spoke a little bit to Manjun about this off air. If you can call it on air. But anyway, yeah.
Do we have an on air?
Yeah, you can consider this on air.
I mean, I think if it reaches the final, even if it reaches the final, it won't be that narrative really. Just because Ronaldo, I don't even know if he will start after the hat trick by the other guy that you started, the Ramos kid that started in the round of 16. So after the hat trick, how are you gonna drop him for Ronaldo? I don't see a way in for him back into the team lah. I think the most he can do now is just be an impact sub.
It will play to like those like fanboys who are like, oh, Messi versus Ronaldo. Then whoever scored, like maybe Messi will score the winning goal and then put this whole GOAT debate to rest. I think a lot of like people sort of have this kind of fantasy in that sense. But
I guess in a good way, I think it will be like how you put it in a nice way. It'll be like a casual's dream final. Because got Ronaldo and Messi both inside. Yeah. Then they'll compare why CR7 never start. Those kind of things. Yeah.
But what if, like he doesn't start, then he comes on as an impact sub and then he scores the winning goal. I mean, that will still be...
That is, all the CSF fanboys going to cheese it. I don't know. I mean, he can just take, like, remember the Euro 16 finals? That's what he did also. No, man. He went off and
it did better. He came off and then he started being the assistant manager. I just noticed that Manjun is wearing his Portugal shirt.
Oh yes, just for occasion. I'm wearing my Portugal shirt with my G's on it also. Yeah.
This one we didn't need to know.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sticking with my finalists of Brazil, France. Argentina, Portugal, that narrative doesn't excite me as much anymore because we know they're past their primes. And if anything, you look at the current performance so far, Messi is the clear better player in this tournament so far. Right, Messi is pulling Argentina through the group stage by scoring a few key goals. Then Ronaldo, when he played, he tried to claim a goal where he never even touched the ball. Then when he never start, his replacement get hat-trick. It doesn't look well on him already. So
I guess we can start with the first quarterfinal match. Let's start with Manju in terms of Croatia, Brazil.
Oh my god, hey. I was going to say, this game sounds very boring now. Yeah, like because got Croatia. I think they got spanked. Not gonna lie.
Also nice. A lot of goals also nice.
A lot goals
Yeah.
there lah, but don't know where. Like you watch the Japan game, like Croatia was a bit stale like a bread, not gonna lie.
Yeah, the game then boring.
I see only two ways. Either it's a 0-0 or it's a spanking lah, I feel.
Okay.
So yeah lah. And I don't want to stay up for a 0-0 lah, so I'll go for a spanking. I think it won't be so bad. Okay. I think maybe it's 5. I'll go for 5.
Walao.
Okay. I mean, in a sense, you don't have to stay up for this. It's an 11 p.m. game.
Oh, it's 11? It's
and it's Friday night, so maybe not so bad.
Okay.
I think this is the same story as the last World Cup for Croatia. Always defending, surviving through extra time, not being very inspiring, but somehow hanging in there. And when I watched the Japan game, like it felt like the only creative outlet is like Perisic and Modric, waiting for these two to do something. Whoever they start up front, like Petkovic, like Kramaric, all this, whatever, each, all very clumsy one. Like they get good chances in the box, but they cannot finish. Then it's very wasted. So I think if they do that kind of shit against Brazil, they're going to get punished really badly. Plus, Brazil is definitely stronger and more experienced team than Japan. So I don't see Croatia winning, and I don't want them to surprise us because I don't want to see them proceed. It's boring football. Yeah, so I really want Brazil to win this, and I think it'll be tighter just because Croatia's going to defend like that. Yeah, but I think it'll be just 2-1 Brazil.
Croatia haven't been great, but I think the one outstanding performer a lot of people have been talking about is Josip Gvardiol at the back. I think he's probably, if you want to say like team of the tournament so far, I think you can say he has a shout for centre back. He has been linked to Chelsea, but this isn't a Premier League show.
But he's very good though, yeah.
He is, he made quite a lot of crucial interceptions against Japan. I think even against Belgium, he was quite good also when Croatia fought for the goalless draw. Yeah, but I think I don't see how Croatia can try and game this to get past Brazil. I think this would be a very big shock if they do. But I think Brazil definitely should have their number for this. I don't think Croatia will score. But I'm going to go 2-0 Brazil, England.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think it's going to be an easy win for Brazil. I don't see Croatia doing much. Like even in the Japan game, they were not really dominating Japan. It's like sort of played. Both of them played evenly at a low level. so it wasn't a very good game. And then based on Brazil's form now, I think there's no chance for Croatia, no matter how they play. It's like they can't really count on Modric that much anymore. Not that he's bad, but already. So I don't not gonna have the same impact as the previous World Cup. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be 3-1 Brazil.
Next match is one which is a match that has been played in the World Cup actually 6 times before. Netherlands against Argentina. This is a match that has a lot of history. I think this was it 74 or 78 final? But this was actually a match in 2014 or so, semi-finals. Yeah, was also under Louis van Gaal, who is starting to sort of write his own narrative, now being a bit of a larger-than-life personality, dancing in the hotel, or that kind of thing.
Kissing players.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe this is, we are all living in the Louis van Gaal world. Can Netherlands bring a surprise against Argentina?
Based on zero analysis, and this is on feels, right? I'm going to say maybe lah. I'm going to say yes. Okay. So Netherlands will win this game. I just don't want to go through lah. Very sian lah. So I'll probably pick Netherlands.
Okay. Score?
2-1. 2-1 Netherlands.
2-1 Netherlands. Okay. That would be heartbreaking for the Messi fanboys. Go to England for. I mean, surely because I guess England has to back his own prediction up. This should be an Argentina win. But do you think that Netherlands will give them a bit of their sternest test so far?
Yeah. I think they are like actually quite equal in terms of performance from what I've seen this World Cup. I mean, only in the games that I've seen and based on their results. I think roughly similar. Never really blow anybody out of the water. Won against the teams that they're supposed to win against. So even Netherlands 3-1 against USA is like, I wouldn't say it's very, very impressive. Even though that was the win that got people hyped up about them. But it's quite looked like quite a standard win against a weaker side. Not like, I didn't think they were like particularly impressive. And then Argentina also haven't really been impressive. So quite even, but I would just give Argentina the edge just because of Messi.
Okay. Score for this one?
I think 2-1 Argentina.
And I guess the US were very naive with the way that they played against the Netherlands. They opened up quite a lot, were very exposed with their wing backs also. Robin's favourite, Denzel Dumfries, once again showing up in the tournament. One of those players that shows up every 4 years and then disappears after that. But I'm gonna say Netherlands to beat Argentina on penalties.
Do you see who's the Netherlands keeper or not?
Yes, the fucking tall guy.
You got check how tall. You are right. They're gonna win. Yes. He's 200 meters, 3 cm.
6 foot, right? Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's good.
The Netherlands.
Right there.
Yeah, and Louis Van Gaal knows his keepers very well.
You got bring team crew or not?
So short. This guy 2 meters tall.
It doesn't matter. The team crew is.
Team crew is the mind games.
Yeah.
Wait, so what's your prediction again?
1-1 Netherlands to be on penalties.
Yeah, I mean Messi got a miss his, so.
Okay. I didn't say that.
They keep missing penalties for no reason.
Okay, you mean there's a reason for missing penalties?
Got reason.
Not lah. Maybe when they give him penalty, right, he should ask whether can take it as a free kick or not. So I think outside the box, but nobody can block, no wall. Then I think he'll score more.
I actually don't think it'll be a surprise if Netherlands win Argentina, because the way they've been performing, Netherlands actually play better. And I prefer watching Netherlands. Like Argentina really fail to click there. I think still reliant on Messi to do everything, assist and score himself. So that is a worry, and I don't think Argentina suits defensive style at all. So they kind of have to attack, which will suit Netherlands even more, especially my man Dumfries, man. So I think, I will go for a score draw and also Netherlands to win in penalties. I have this image that I think Messi will cry and he's not happy tears in this World Cup.
Is it because you remember the times that Messi has been crying? That's a common.
Yes, he's been losing a bit too many times in the international scene, and I think he'll continue. So the media will go crazy. They'll have fun taking photos of the guy. Sad. But I think it'll be 2-2. Then Netherlands win on penalties also.
Wow, good game 2-2. Worth staying up for. I don't know if that's a hint for Manjun. That will be a 3 a.m. game. A game that won't be quite so late. Morocco versus Portugal on Saturday night. Morocco definitely the surprise packages so far. The only non-European or South American team, also the 4th African side to make a quarterfinals. But they're up against neighbours Portugal, who scored 6 against Switzerland. So have to ask Robin, will this be the first game that Morocco finally concede a legit goal?
Yeah, I think so. Portugal somehow becoming very potent. Yeah, even without CR7. So I think Morocco should be quite scared. Sadly, because Morocco is very blunt up top. Like they also not scoring. Like they've got decent chances to be fair, and the wingers are performing really well. But the striker very wasteful. Even though I like the front three, I forgot their names, don't know how to pronounce. And Nasri, don't know what, and the Boufal and Ziyech. No, I don't know, like El Nasri or something like that is the starting striker, something like that. Like they work damn hard and everything, but cannot finish. So it's very frustrating. I felt like they got very lucky against Spain to win. But I don't think Portugal will give them the same luck. Yeah, I think Portugal will be more ruthless. Even their subs like Rafael Leao, what a luxury. So I think quite scary. Yeah, they'll definitely concede in this game.
Okay. Have to ask Inan, impressed by Morocco so far?
Yeah, very impressed especially against Spain. That was the first game I watched from them, and they were very, very organized and very strong defensively. And when they hit Portugal on the counter, they actually can create chances, just that they didn't manage to finish it. But they always had players, fast players or accurate players that managed to somehow pass their way out from the back when they want to counter and break the lines, It's just that I don't know, their striker not very good. I can't remember his name, but it's always cannot control the ball properly, cannot really shoot properly, which explains why they didn't score. But other than that, it's defend well, dangerous going forward. I think that's that's all you can ask for from an underdog team. They're not going to dominate the big teams. That's the only way they can win.
Okay, so I'm gathering from your analysis, it doesn't sound like you're going to go for another Moroccan upset.
I feel like you should go for another 0-0. You keep a clean sheet all the way.
Okay, before we find out if it's going to be a clean sheet all the way and whether Morocco can squeeze out another penalty win, I'm gonna ask Manjun. So going to support the team that you're wearing the jersey of.
Yeah. That's I feel if Morocco have any chance, right, to even go extra time, I think they have to score at least one because I don't think Portugal won't score. I think they will score. There also a lot of injuries for his Morocco team. The two centre backs went out. Roman size, the West Ham dude, whatever his name is. Yeah. I think Sofian Amra a bit tired already. He ran the whole game. So I think
he looked a bit tired.
tired, I think Portugal will win in regulation for me. I think 2-0 Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah, I think that's quite a common theme throughout so far. Like the teams that have afforded their first team to rest in the third game, like the Brazils, France. Who else could rest in the third game? I think Netherlands also. Like they played basically their second team, so that they had more rest to go into the round of 16. I think that rest will probably stand them in good state even for the quarterfinals. I think maybe semi-finals onwards, that extra rest wouldn't really play a part so much already. But I think the fact Croatia had to go to penalties, Morocco had to go to penalties, I think that will kind of count against them. Gonna go Portugal win also 1-0. Robin.
Yeah, I agree with you. Morocco will defend like mad, but I don't think they can survive at the end. So it'll be a tight 1-0 for Portugal also. Cristiano Ronaldo will score penalty at regulation time to win 1-0.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Then this is definitely going to be a Messi Ronaldo.
He's going to request to be start one to take the penalty. He will win the penalty, you know what I mean?
Don't request, he just barge on you. Just take off the
like Kepa. No, bring me in.
An inverse Kepa. That's even possible. Okay. Imran did say that this will go the distance, but Morocco to win on the penalties.
Yes. Okay, let's do it. Morocco to win the penalties.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
That will actually be the 0-0 some more. Okay. Well, Ronaldo to miss his penalty,
You got to come on for what? You.
Yeah. But I don't know, Morocco, the penalty takers look quite okay.
Yeah.
Look quite confident. So
although I think the penalty takers this time, I mean, of course, none of us are professional footballers, so of course we don't know how it feels like and all that. But it does seem like the penalty taking this World Cup kind of substandard a little bit. Like Japan, of course, got a little bit of flack, from the media, that their players were a bit nervous and all that. Didn't have tournament experience maybe. But I don't know what Spain's excuse is for that, because they are kind of experienced in tournaments. Although it is Spain now losing the most number of penalty shootouts at a World Cup, overtaking England.
I think a lot of people have a very short-sightedness. Over the past decade, maybe because Spain did relatively well. After they win the World Cup, nobody ever brought it up. But before that, right, they together with England are always the chokers. They always go quarterfinals or semi-finals, right? Then they will just lose on penalties.
Kind of true. Although they did have a bit of experience losing against hosts. They lost to South Korea in 2002 on penalties. Lost to Russia last World Cup on penalties also. Yeah. Fortunately, this time Qatar nowhere close to that. But yeah, it was kind of really disappointing. I mean, I wasn't supporting Morocco or Spain, but to see them not even score one penalty at all. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was the shocking part. Not that they lost, but just that the way they lost.
Everybody seems to do the meta of waiting for the keeper to move first. That's why they always just short pass into the net. But I don't know. I hate that penalty style. I'm very old school. I'm very Frank Lampard. Right? Just ram.
Just dama.
Yeah. I like Frank Lampard.
Good to know. If you ever need to play Robin in some community center or something, now you can.
You talk left or talk right? No.
Yeah, penalties like that are the best, right? Robin Van Persie is damn good at it. That kind of shit. You feel much more convinced, Harry Kane.
I almost thought he was going to say Robin.
Yeah, for a moment, Robin though.
Of course. But yeah, I don't know. I think pressure is a very lame excuse to use because they are paid big bucks for this shit. So I don't know.
Everybody can work in can perform under pressure. Even the most.
That's why they clearly cannot. Sad. Yeah, but Very hard to explain. Only they know. We will never know.
Okay, the tournament not over. England still got a chance to catch up.
That's true. Yeah. So I guess that's a good segue to talk about, will England-France go to penalties so that England can take back their mantle as the team that's lost the most penalty shootouts? Yeah. Start with England. Yeah, for England-France. I mean, if you say England have impressed you the most,
Yeah.
but it is against defending champions France.
I mean, I think this is actually going to be a very good game. Probably the best game to watch out of the four. Just because, I mean, France are like a very good side, and England looks like they can put up a better fight than most of the other games left in the quarterfinals. France's defense hasn't been like very solid, I think. I mean, they've been okay, but just because they dominate. Actually, can't say that also. I realized actually in some of their games, right, or in most of their games, the possession is always 50-50. They don't play a lot with possession. They sort of just take their chances, or when they attack, they score goals. And then when people have the chance, they defend well. No, actually, now I put it like that, I don't really know where to go.
You're suckering yourself.
You're suckering yourself really.
Yeah, I want to say like France has been dominating people, but actually they haven't. They just play well and they do what they're supposed to do. Like they attack well, they defend well, but they don't really dominate.
I think this is what you call a mid-analysis 3-pointer.
Okay, I think France will win.
Now reverse back.
Straight through 2-1.
Okay, France will 2-1. Okay, Manjun.
Well, this one I actually got analysis. Not really. So I feel France weak link is freaking Hugo Lloris. I feel it's like a nightmare waiting to happen. Like a mistake waiting to happen. I don't know. Every time I see him save penalty, also have to come out like 1 meter in front of the goal, then this kind of thing. So yeah, and I feel France is a bit thin. Their squad is a bit thin also. Like if you go to the bench, right, then it's a bit uninspiring. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So, and I think England has more depth in that aspect. Their bench really quite sweet. Not gonna lie. So I think it might go to extra time.
Penalties.
Wow, I don't want penalties. Wow. But I think it might go extra time. I kind of, my initial thought was go extra time 1-1. Then England will win 2-1.
Okay.
But of course, yeah. I'll just go with that. Yeah, okay. 1-1, England win 2-1 extra time.
England win 2-1 after extra time. That means the it's coming home narrative will be louder than ever before.
That's why we need Portugal there to stop them. That's why.
That's why you're worried you're wearing the Portugal jersey today.
Correct.
Yeah, I think Southgate will revert back to type and be defensive because he's scared of France. And that's how he plans to win his tournaments, defend well. Which, to be fair, they've been doing okay. But I think Jude Bellingham is carrying England. Meanwhile, France may be carried by Griezmann and resurgence of Rabiot. Quality-wise, first 11 versus first 11, I think France is better team in general, but they are just susceptible to their own overconfidence. Whereas England is just own hype, right? They're freaking media hype. I think England will start well. It'll be similar story to their previous World Cup versus Croatia. They're going to take the lead, but they'll eventually lose to France. I don't think you'll hit extra time. I think England lead first half, then early second half, France equalize and then late goal. Bam. Yeah. Southgate will play for extra time, but then France will hit them, then no time to react. So France to win 2-1 also.
Okay.
Well, the whole storyboard come out already.
Yeah. I got this imagination ready to watch.
So who will score the winning goal?
Olivier Giroud.
Giroud.
Okay. I love my old guy.
Yeah, actually, interestingly enough, France, the only quarterfinalist not to keep a clean sheet so far. Lost against Tunisia, conceded against Australia, conceded against Denmark, conceded against Poland. Not exactly the greatest teams that they've been conceding to, and quite sloppy goals also. If you remember, most of the time, they've not been dominating games, but these are goals that they really shouldn't be conceding most of the time. It's not like many of these teams have played great attacking patterns and managed to score. So, yeah, a bit vulnerable at the back. I don't know if it's Hugo Lloris' fault per se. I think it's more like their back four is kind of a little bit unsettled, not the greatest back four also. Of course, they got a lot of injuries. I don't know, but I think England do have a decent chance at this. pains me to say that. I've not predicted an England win yet.
Yeah, you're the biggest hater. Like.
Are you gonna do a mid-career 3-point turn?
I can't bring myself to do it. France to win.
You're struggling. Okay, no.
Do it,
France to win. 2-1 after extra time. I think England will at least go extra time. Yeah.
Okay, so 2-1 who? 2-1 who?
2-1 France.
My surprise player of this tournament, right, is Antoine Griezmann.
I think really?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by how well he's playing. I thought he a bit like washed up already, then I can't really do much. And then,
it's always the international version, then the club version a bit.
Yeah.
No, and the thing is now he's not even playing as a striker, he's playing as a midfielder. He's not even like a pure attacking midfielder, more like a box to box. He's the one that's putting in all the miles, like running back, defending, like pressing. And I realized, actually he's like very hardworking. And he's hardworking plus creative. Then like, wow, that's like the perfect player really.
It sounds like Imran hiring for some marketing agency, not only hardworking, it's very creative.
Yeah, can work the long hours. I think overall so far it's been quite interesting. Quite exciting. And I mean, unfortunately for me, the group stage wasn't it because it's a group stage. Like, I don't think there's a lot at stake until the last game.
Okay.
Before that, people sort of just you play or you win or you lose doesn't really affect anything. So only until the last game where people, maybe they lose too much at the start, like Argentina, then you'll be like, shit, it's a must-win game. The last game, who wins, who gets through, right? Then that's where it started getting exciting. But okay, but the fact that Korea and Japan got through, I think those were the main like sort of upsets, which made everything more fun. So I think so far, quite a good World Cup. Even the knockout stage also like quite interesting.
Okay, Robin?
Yeah, I think it's fun because there's a lot of little upsets over the course of the group stage. Obviously, our two Asian representatives qualifying is huge. A lot of neutrals enjoyed that. Watching Belgium collapse is quite interesting also. Very fun to watch. Then you have little upsets like, Tunisia beat France, then forgot what other big
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, see Saudi from the first game is really like that. So it's quite a fun World Cup to watch. I think quite good for the neutrals to start talking about it, although it's a bit irritating when those like people who clearly don't watch football suddenly start talking about football.
Okay, like examples.
Like give it a...
Not name names, as in like what they say.
Who are those fuckers?
So then they'll be like, wow, this Japan good, this Korea good, that kind of shit.
But we should be happy that more people are watching football.
Yeah. Taking an interest.
But I don't need to hear their opinions of that match.
Okay.
So it's like watch is good, but like keep quiet.
Keep quiet.
Okay, so Robin's friends, you heard it here first. Like especially, I guess you can sort of say the first few groups were a little bit disappointing. It was actually the back end of the groups, not the group stage, but like Group E to H, which I think we got a lot more upsets from. And I think it was quite dramatic also. The last few games, like there was about a lot of like, will Japan qualify? Japan scored last minute, then Germany were out, and in terms of like seeing Belgium get slain also by Morocco topping the group. I think the big highlight would probably be Groups G and H. That was probably the one where there's a lot of drama. South Korea scored in injury time to eliminate Uruguay. Then Uruguay had like their own injury time to score last minute against Ghana. Then Ghana were wasting time, even though Ghana were on the way out already, but they wanted to drag Uruguay out with them. So I think like the narratives there were all very good. And I think for group stage, usually we don't get this many storylines.
Oh, I have one more disappointment of the World Cup. The fucking first game. Qatar must don't be there. Go stand there, put 10 pieces of cardboard also better than that. What the shit? Ayo.
Yeah, most disappointing host, 0 points.
Like at least South Africa got the Shabalala.
At least they had like one.
This one have nothing. So when they show montage on this World Cup, they will not even have the host. They will show more scenes of the Stadium 934 and they show this piece of shit team. You know what I mean?
Well, the fact you remember the names of the stadiums. How many stadiums in Qatar can you name?
I can't remember.
The stadium I can name is not one there anymore. Stadium 934 is not one there anymore.
It's the one they can take down.
Yeah, Stadium 934, 943. Yeah.
Don't remember.
Any breakout stars or players that have impressed you?
I think Bellingham, I think finally get to watch him.
No, Bellingham. Not Vincent Aboubakar.
Hey, that one is what? The goal of the tournament.
Score a winning goal against Brazil.
Yes, yeah.
Good for him, but it's his last one here, probably. Send off with a yellow card.
Yeah, what a heroic
Beautiful. Yeah.
Took it like a pro, that one. Yeah.
Hey, Morocco got one midfielder very good. The botak guy.
Yeah,
Sofian Amrabat.
Yeah.
Oh, Amrabat.
Sofian Amrabat. But he also around very long, no man.
Yeah, Amrabat has been around, but yeah.
He's not his brother lah. But yeah.
Oh, Nordin Amrabat.
Wow, that guy.
Oh my God,
he's still playing.
so
Showing our depth of knowledge as the Amrabat family.
Yeah.
Depth of knowledge.
Oh yeah, Nordin. What the hell? Yeah.
Don't remember who's that. Hey,
That Watford dude.
He was at Watford.
That Watford dude. So I know.
Yeah.
Lukaku.
Well, Lukaku had one of the performances of the World Cup.
Wow, he's the most cursed.
Flops of the tournament.
Flop, that is a super flop. His nene not big enough to Walao.
But the Nair never flopped enough.
I don't know how he missed that. But oh well.
It's not even that. You know how he missed all the chances.
Yeah.
No. He could have had like a hat trick or something.
They play who at the game? Croatia, is it?
Croatia, yeah. And they had to win to go through. Basically, if not for him, they might have gone through.
Not for him, but Brazil, Belgium, guys. Oh my God.
You play Batshuayi or anyone also can score.
Batshuayi, he will kick to the post, hit his own face again.
We'll see you at the end of the quarterfinals for predictions for the semi-finals.
Bye.
Bye-bye.